Hello everybody, welcome to ScottyDGaming. I'm Scotty D and today is my review of My Friend Pedro. Hey, roll the intro you cockroaches. My Friend Pedro is a side-scrolling platform shooter with slow-mo bullet time. It's based off an old free Flash player game with the same name, and it should have stayed that way because I wasted 15 quid on this 5-hour long dog shit. This game popped up on my radar a week before its release because of a significant amount of hype on social media. The trailers looked fast-paced, action-packed, and reminded me of the Hong Kong massacre, which I absolutely loved, so I bought it and immediately regretted it. The sorry excuse at implementing a cool and edgy story involving, funnily enough, your friend Pedro, who is a floating banana, is simply there to provide a single twist at the end of the game. There's no voice acting and all dialogue is written. The dialogue is at the start of most missions and is just a banana basically telling you to chase after the episode boss with a few failed attempts at humour. I just didn't get it. The controls can only be described as loose, sloppy and inaccurate. It's like trying to hit the G-spot on a 68-year-old porn star after being last in line on the 24-hour cream pie train. It's not good. Even the guns are inaccurate, except for the sniper rifle, which you only get in the last level. All the bullets travel off target from where you're aiming, making it a waste of time trying to get headshots or use any form of skill. This wouldn't be a problem if the enemies died in 1 or 2 hits, but all the enemies are massive bullet sponges, killing any momentum that you're trying to build up. The most innovative mechanic is being able to aim the dual wield pistols in separate directions by holding down the left trigger to lock onto an enemy with one gun and then free aiming with the other. The problem with this is it's completely inefficient due to the bullet sponge enemies and inaccurate bullets. Some of your shots will miss and the others won't be enough to kill, often leaving you with both enemies still attacking you while you're on the reload. It just doesn't work. Nothing is cohesive and works well together in this game. Even the melee attack is fundamentally flawed. It's a pretty powerful kick, but for whatever reason the developers decided to make this directional, like you're aiming, instead of either a left or right forward facing attack, meaning that in times of desperation you'll be either kicking the floor or doing the vertical splits and showing the enemy your nuts instead of actually hurting them. Since your character has the maximum jump height of a crippled rabbit, the platforming sections are a complete chore to get through. If you need to get any height whatsoever, you'll have to wall jump, except the wall jumps have a set 45-degree trajectory, meaning that any object above chest height isn't straightforward to navigate over. The single worst and most frustrating mechanic in the game is the crouch roll. If you crouch and slightly move the analog stick to the left or right, you initiate a set distance roll where you can't shoot and it's very difficult to get out of. This may sound trivial, but it stops you from landing after a jump and crouching behind cover, because instead of crouching, you'll roll to your death. And also, when you want to duck some bullets in slow motion, chances are you'll initiate a roll, which is even more excruciating as you get to witness the glaring flaws in all of its slow motion, prolonged glory. The game was advertised as high octane, fast paced action. It's not, it's far from it. All of the best action is front loaded in the first chapter, and each chapter thereafter is either a tutorial on pressing different kind of buttons or platforming. The game can be broken down as follows. Chapter 1, Action. Chapter 2, Flip switches and swing like Tarzan. Chapter 3, Platforming. Chapter 4, Press buttons and bigger bullet sponge enemies. And finally, Chapter 5 is Platforming with lasers. Oh, and sorry, actually, Chapter 5, there's one action scene which is the biggest one in the game, but I suppose that's a reward for going through 4 previous chapters without any action. Are there any positives at all I can hear you say? Well, actually yes there is. The last boss is the best bit about the game, as it reminded me of a Cuphead boss battle, but that's it. My Friend Pedro starts as a bad shooter, forgets what it's doing, and ends up as a terrible platformer. I've played better handling games created from within Little Big Planet. Don't do it to yourself.